Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas. I'm Pete, and welcome to Look Back Last. Today, we're going to be looking back at some seasonal holiday comedy that makes us laugh during the holiday season. So stick around for this special episode of Look Back Laughs. Welcome to Look Back Laughs. Happy holidays to you. I'm Pete. I'm a stand-up comedian here in Canada. Currently quarantined. It is what it is. So here on Look Back Laughs, a brand new show. We usually look back at comedy that has inspired me over the years to get into comedy. But today we're doing something special because it's Christmas. We're looking back at some Christmas laughs and some clips that have inspired me and made us laugh during the holiday season. And always, I'm joined with my buddy, Scott, who's in Korea. Hello, Scott. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah, happy holidays to you. So in this holiday episode, we're going to be looking back at some holiday comedy and share some of our own Christmas stories along the way. Scott's got some clips all queued up and some surprises, I'm told, as well. So we're going to roll with the punches. So let's just jump right in. Here we go. It's really good. Excellent. Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Directed by Bob Clark, I believe is his name. Canadian director. So that we started off the show with a Canadian clip.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I actually had no idea that was a Canadian film.
Yeah. So I believe some of it was filmed in Toronto and some of it was filmed in Cleveland. Okay. I'm just trying to remember these.
That scene there actually kind of looked like it could be Toronto.
It looked like Toronto. It looked like my old neighborhood in Toronto, as a matter of fact. It looked like Leslieville. It could have been. I'm not sure. I know they filmed one of the restaurant scenes in my old neighborhood, and it's a restaurant that was in my hood. Anyway, that was. I used to go to this restaurant all the time, and then find out years later that they filmed Christmas Story here. Amazing little fact.
That's so definitely for movies and stuff like Christmas specials. That's one that if I do watch something special on Christmas, I always watch that movie.
Yeah, it's a real film. Like it's a real movie that just happens to center around Christmas.
It has a lot of classic, scenes and stuff. It's got the leg lamp that a lot of people
right.
know.
Yeah.
And you'll shoot your eye out, kid.
That's right.
People know where that comes from.
That's right.
And I liked how that scene. It does it in other parts of the movie, where the kid says something like, "Oh, fudge,"
right?
And then the narration of it says it was actually the other
way worse than that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
which it did in that scene.
And it's funny because it made the impact of that swear even harder than it actually. Like if the kid said the real F word, it would have been like, all right. But if he said it's funny and it has better impact.
And it's still a family Christmas movie
that's right.
All ages can watch.
And that's the second Christmas movie that director did. He also did Black Christmas. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
That was filmed in Toronto.
I didn't know it was the same director, but I know the backstory of that.
Yeah, that was filmed in Toronto. So we got a lot of Canadiana, a lot of Christmas Canadiana right off the top.
Right.
I watched Black Christmas for the first time this year. I hadn't seen it before. Original 1978. They say that was the first slasher movie. It kind of started off the whole slasher genre.
And it had Lois Lane in it, right?
That's right, yeah. Margot Kidder, Canadian Margot Kidder. And it predated Halloween. It predated Friday the 13th. So they credit that as the first slasher movie. And it holds up. It's really great. I've only heard terrible things about the reboot or the remake that they put out last year. So I haven't watched that one yet. But Are we watching? Are we going to see a clip from Black Christmas?
Don't know, but I definitely think this movie, A Christmas Story, is definitely more of a traditional
and
family
That's
Christmas movie.
That's right.
To Black
There's
Christmas.
way more laughs in Christmas Story than there is in Black Christmas. That's
right.
Yeah, well done. That might be my favorite Christmas clip of all time, right there. That's
I like that one because it kind of has almost all the cast in it too, and
that's right. Yeah, Juliette Lewis is it? Juliette Lewis was in there, and oh my God, if you look back at that cast, it's just it's all famous people that are in that. Remarkable.
All famous people, but they work so well together too.
That they did great.
Movie.
Yeah,
that's a movie I saw in the theater on Christmas Day.
Did you?
Was my dad?
Yeah,
and it's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time.
But I think the first time I ever saw it, I was in such a bad mood. I don't know if you ever done that, where you watch a movie and you're just in a bad mood, and it just didn't grab me. I thought it was a disappointment to the first Vacation. And then I watched it again, like at Christmas time, and I was like, "This is a classic movie. Why did I pish posh to this?" It's just sometimes you're in a bad mood and you don't. I always think back to that first time I saw Vacation. I'm like, "What was wrong with you?" It's a fantastic movie. It's one of the best Christmas movies of all time.
And that's kind of what the movie goes through too. Being in a bad mood. Obviously.
That's true. You're right.
But,
I do know a little factoid about that scene that we just watched. That was so Chevy Chase has said in interviews that all the cast had his script like on big Bristol board, and they had them on their chest. So when they're all standing there in front of him, they had like liver lid, whatever, all the different insults that he had. So he was just reading as he was kind of ranting and raving, because it's a long series of insults that he had to memorize there. So all of the script was on the fellow actors' chests.
I kind of just assumed. I assumed that he just made it up.
No, it was in the script, but he had it all scripted on the actors' chests, so he was reading it.
I've heard stories that he's difficult to work with.
Yeah. Apparently, we're going right back to the original SNL days, like notoriously, but a hard worker guy. That was something that I read in recent years. Like he was the guy on the early SNL that knew how to make television, right? So they'd sit around and they riff an idea of like a sketch they were going to do, and then somebody would say, "Well, who's going to write it up?" And then Chevy said, "Well, I'll sit here," and then everybody would go out to the bar or whatever, and Chevy would stay there and write. So he was the driving engine of those early SNL days, and he was the star of that show. That's for sure.
Yeah.
My connection to Chevy Chase was when I was in New York. I used to go down to tapings of SNL all the time, and got in for the dress rehearsal. And every time you would get on the elevator, if you get into the audience, you would either go to the 9th floor or you go to the 8th floor. And if you went to the 8th floor, that meant you were going to be seated in front where they do the monologue. Or if you're on the 9th floor, you're in the ring around. So for this taping for Chevy Chase, I got off on the 8th floor. So stoked. I'm going to be right there in front of the monologue. But we go off to stage right. We go, what's going on here? And then they had like a stadium set up. So stadium seating. So we got seated there. And then Dave Wilson, the director, comes over and says, "Okay, guys, everybody in the background there, you're going to be background actors today. You're going to be in a sketch. So just follow along with whatever the background actors are doing in front of you." And my buddy and I were like, "Oh my God, we're going to be in an SNL sketch." And it was Chevy Chase was the host. It was a sketch they did about watching a Van Morrison concert. So if you ever see the rerun of it and they air the dress rehearsal, I'm in the top right corner of the sketch with Chevy Chase and Phil Hartman and David Spade's in that sketch and Melanie Hutzel. That was a huge thrill, being a couple seats back from Chevy Chase and acting in a comedy sketch with him. Sort of. Great clip. I'm glad you put that one in there. That's mandatory viewing every Christmas. You got to watch that one. Oh, nice selection there, bud. That's great.
So that was Elf.
Of course, that was Elf with Will Ferrell. There's a TV series that's on Netflix right now called The Movies We Love. I don't know if you've tuned into those, but they just did 2 new episodes. One was The Nightmare Before Christmas, and one was Elf. So it's all about the making of Elf and how it got made, and the scriptwriter and director and producers all got back together and explained the whole process of creating the Elf movie. And I didn't realize it was such a send off of those old 1960s claymation cartoons that run at Christmas, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and the Abominable Snowman, and there's it's a tribute, as they said, to those early movies. And it's funny because Will Ferrell wasn't famous when he made that movie. Like, this is the one that really blew him up gigantic, right? That was this is the one that put him on the map. I don't know what year was that. It was 2003 or something like this, eh? Like early 2000s anyway.
I think before that, but yeah.
Is that right? Okay, somewhere in there. But is that right, hey? So he's been famous for like 20 years now. Oh my God. Will Ferrell's been to my house. That's exciting. That's something I can share.
Right, yeah.
We did a little comedy festival here in Toronto when I was living in Toronto. And he had a short film that was in the festival. So we invited him over to the house party afterwards, and him and David Koechner came over, and they hung out for a while. Great guys, and and then of course they became super famous. But it was a good time. He was a very nice man, very funny. Brent Butt said to him, he said, "It's nice to see someone that's attained that level of fame and still be so down to earth." And Will Ferrell looked at Brent Butt and said, "I'm going to smash your fucking glasses." And it was very funny. We all laughed. Nice guy. Great movie, also Elf. So everybody watching, if you haven't seen Elf, you got to get on there. Okay, watch the rest of this video, but then watch Elf after. I see what you did there.
I'm guessing people are wondering, what the hell does that have to do with Christmas?
That has nothing to do with Christmas. But when we grew up, we went to Mishpicotton High School in Wawa, Ontario. And every just before Christmas, we would have the Christmas assembly. And everyone could get up there and do like a variety show. So those early years, we would do sketches. And that was grade 9, grade 10, I guess.
Yeah.
We repurposed that Saturday Night Live sketch, and of course we couldn't say penis in a high school assembly, so we changed it to Christmas tree.
Right.
So, hey, nice Christmas tree. We had like a laundry line hooked up, and we
just put towels over the line. And of course, I was the guy with the small Christmas tree. And what we did, so we basically took the whole script and swapped out penis with Christmas tree.
Just changed penis to Christmas tree. And of course,
and each of us had a branch behind the towel.
That's right.
I had the little branch, but we all had a branch behind the towel.
And we got to perform that sketch?
We got to do it in the dress rehearsal.
And then they cut it before we got to the, of course.
I think everything we did that Christmas got cut.
I think so.
Or at least the 3 I was in. We also did we did the video for Fight for Your Right.
Oh, that was for Air Band. That wasn't Christmas Assembly. That was when you had the
Was
Air
it a
Band,
different year?
Yeah, so we did.
I remember getting in trouble for that because
I
was one of the
stage.
nerds. And
we had beer on stage. We reenacted the video for Beastie Boys, "Fight for Your Right to Party," and you and Mitch Strickland were the nerds at the party, and then we broke in with the case of beer, and it turned into an Air Band doing "Fight for Your Right to Party" by Beastie Boys.
I think that Christmas assembly. I think we also did. You did I don't know if it was Late Night with Pete Zedlacher.
Yeah.
Or if we did Wayne's World, but I was Garth, either as a guest on that show.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know if that got cut because I don't remember exactly what we did. You had a variety of different people come out.
So every year I would do like the talk show. It would be like, it was late night with Peter Letterman. And then over the years it just became, Late Night with Pete Zedlacher. And it was, I got to do it every year. Everyone looked forward to doing the the late night talks because it was perfect. It was the first time I ever got to do stand up in front of people. So I would come out and do the opening monologue, and I would do jokes about Wawa and do jokes about the bowling alley in Wawa, and then bring on guests, and then we would do like sketch comedy. And I remember we did one sketch where the foreign exchange student came in, and he was from Argentina, I believe, and he spoke. He's from Portugal, and he spoke Portuguese. And so I would ask him questions in English, and he would just answer it in Portuguese, and then I would pretend to know what was happening. It was. I remember it was a big laugh. It was a big hit. But that Christmas tree sketch got cut for good reason. It was,
that's too bad.
Yeah, no, it was too bad. I think
it was fun doing.
Good.
Like we were all just wearing shorts behind it, and
yeah.
It was.
So we took a Saturday Night Live sketch, changed the word penis to Christmas tree, and then that was our Christmas themed.
And we actually had some
sketch.
girls come up from behind. It was literally the same sketch minus the bar in the background.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
But so I was the guy with the small Christmas tree, of course.
There you go.
And
that's great. I'm glad you surprised me with that one.
I think at the end we did a whole thing about it doesn't matter how big your Christmas tree is. What matters is the importance of Christmas.
The importance of Christmas. That's right. So they did have a good message.
And we held up our, Christmas tree branches at the end, and I had the small one. But fun stuff.
Very highbrow comedy back in the day.
Doing that in front of the staff at Michigan Cotton High School.
It's funny because, now kids are rapping along to wet ass pussy. And, we can't go and say Christmas tree. Good memories, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Vikings, Michigan Cotton High School. Go Vikings. So happy holidays to you all. Thank you so much for checking out our video. And if you liked it, and would like to see more, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification button to see when we put up more content here. Leave us a like. That really helps. And if you enjoyed it, please share it. Share the video. That really helps out the video and really helps us out and gets us to make more content. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to check out some of the merch where you can buy my stand-up albums as well as some T-shirts and a whole bunch of fun gear. Scott's actually wearing the T-shirt on this video. And of course, you can follow me on all my social media and on my website and get the latest, including all my upcoming gigs. And you can find the links below. Scott, hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Thanks for putting those clips together. That was a fun trip down memory lane. Where can people check you out and see what you've been up to and where they can get a hold of you?
So people who are interested maybe in living or what's it like living in Korea can check me out on K-Podcast. People interested in it kind of in the past like this, who are interested in the 80s or 90s, can check me out on the 10 Years Apart podcast.
Cool.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I was just going to say happy holidays to everybody. I was going to say Merry Christmas, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say that anymore.
You can say Merry Christmas. You can say Happy Holidays. You can say anything you like because that's the giving of the time of year. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays to everybody out there. So thanks for checking out this video. And so stay tuned. Stay safe. Happy holidays. Keep laughing with us right here on Look Back Laughs. And to close out this holiday episode, I'd like to leave you with one of my own Christmas stand-up chunks. One of my favorites. It's Krampus. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. I've got a very Austrian name. My father moved from Austria. Zedlacher, my last name. So growing up, I asked my dad what was Christmas like in Austria. He said it was a beautiful time of year. It's very, very popular. I said, is it the same? Like, is an Austrian Christmas the same as a Canadian Christmas? He said it's very similar. Like for example, here we call him Santa Claus, right? Over there they call him Sinterklaas. And I'm like, no, right off the top, not the same at all. Sinterklaas. I'm gonna leave it to the German-speaking people to make Santa Claus sound evil, eh? Sinterklaas is coming for you, yes? Tonight while you're sleeping, he comes, yeah? Oh, you won't know he is here. He comes down the chimney, oh, yeah. But only if you're good, yeah? And he knows if you're good, because he's always watching you. Sleep tight! So I said to my dad, what would you get for Christmas growing up in Austria? He said if he was good, he got an orange.
And I laughed, right? And he said, why are you laughing? I said, that sucks. Hey? He said he loved it. He lit up when he saw that he got an orange. Try giving your kid an orange for Christmas this year. See how much he lights up and loves you. Or some red underwear while we're at it. Hey, some red underwear and an orange. Carve a swastika out of the front lawn there. My dad loved getting the orange because that meant he was good. See, they have a different tradition in Austria, right? If you're good, Sinterklaas shows up, gives you an orange, right? If you're bad, Sinterklaas' sidekick shows up, and his name is Krampus. Okay, if you're at home, Google this after the show. Google this. Krampus is a 9-foot demon, okay? Big horns, big red tongue. He carries a stick and a bag, okay? So he shows up if you're bad. He whips you with the stick, right? Puts you in a sack, drags you off to hell. Merry Christmas, children, yeah? Oh, what a wonderful time of year. Huh? Why are you crying? So my dad's describing Krampus to me, and I'm laughing and cringing. I'm like, what? So what would Christmas Eve be like growing up in Austria? His word, horrifying. It's horrifying. It's the worst day of the year in Austria. Canadian kids, Christmas Eve, oh, I can't sleep, I'm so excited, Santa Claus is coming. Austrian kids don't know if they're going to wake up with an orange or in hell with a demon, right? That's high stakes. I said, what would you do? Him and his brothers and sisters would hide in one bedroom, terrified, all night, taking turns, staying awake, make sure none of them get dragged off by a demon. So what would my grandfather do? He'd put on big, heavy work boots and stomp around downstairs. Krampus is here! And they would all scream. Man. How fun is that, hey? Bring this tradition to Canada, hey?
Thanks for checking out the video. You made it right to the end. Amazing. I hope you enjoyed the Krampus video at the end. If you liked that video, you can check out some other clips that we got right here and right here. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down there and hit the bell notification to let you know that when we put new stuff up. Really appreciate it. Share it around, and we'll make lots more of these for you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.